Hello, my delicious co-creators. Lilou here in beautiful Bali for this delicious interview with a Kiwi because I met Franko here at the festival, the Bali Spirit Festival. And a big shout out first to your beautiful band, the Gayatri. I love the music, the energy, the power, the inspiration, and hence this interview. I'm looking forward to discover more about your message, especially to men, and of course a big shout out to all the Kiwis out there, because if you are actually in New Zealand, I want so badly to come and do some interviews, so please add some suggestions on my site, and I look forward to do this amazing trip, because you guys are quite it's on the opposite side of the world for us from Europe, and there's a lot of nature, of beauty, a thick spiritual background. Yes. The Maoris, huh? Yes. Tell us about that, because you definitely start your concerts. I saw you moving, shaking.
Yeah, we start with a haka. We start with a big tribal dance called the haka, just to break all the energy up and bring everyone in, and it's a sign of respect. It's also a challenge to be present, and everyone met that challenge this week at Bali Spirit Fest. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful. Yeah.
So what does that represent? What's the background actually of New Zealand towards spiritual? Where is that at, and what's the origin and what's emerging kind of?
Well, the Maori people, I'm part Maori myself, are a very old culture. We stem from Hawaii, actually. Their boats, their wakas as we call them, came all the way to New Zealand, and we're the last country before Antarctica. So, it is a long way to get to New Zealand, but we're big travelers because of that. And we're inquisitive about the rest of the world, yet we are so proud of where we come from, and it's nice to be a little isolated because we're a bit untouched still. But our culture is thick, and we're all about our stories, our myths, and our dancing and singing and our language, Yeah,
this beautiful beach. I saw this picture. Yeah. Where's that beach? I can't wait to go.
We live in Mangawai, which is north of Auckland. Auckland is the place that you fly into in New Zealand, and head an hour northeast, and you get to magical Mangawai. It even says magical Mangawai on the road sign. It's beautiful.
Yeah. What is your own, how did you put this band together and becoming the singer like that, and what's your inspiration, your deep inspiration, because you're wearing, I see different tattoos, I see the labradorite and this feather. I mean, there's many signs and symbols here, and yet you seem to have embodied quite a lot of this, all this stuff, and it takes some time and some effort and some dark nights of the soul.
Yeah, some dark nights. Well, I comes from a rock and roll background. I come from long hair, singing in metal bands, singing at people rather than with people. I come from a troubled background of a lot of depression, even like suicidal thoughts and things, and a real unsustainable way of life, partying too much, drugs, sex, rock and roll, the whole thing. I'm glad I went through it all to now know that isn't sustainable, and I want to have the best life I can. So I know deep inside that the pure, natural way is the way. So I found things like yoga, meditation. I found care time, which is a community singing, a communion singing, and I love singing with people now. And what I love the most is bringing people together through music, with music, teaching everyone that they have a voice. If you can talk, you can sing. And letting inside.
Well, that's not really.
Don't be judgy now. Don't be judgy. It's not about, and that's the thing, it's not about judgment. It's not a competition. It's just about doing it. If we keep these things stored up inside, then they're going to manifest into these dark things. I really believe that. So I just want to light that fire for people to be themselves, create that safe space for people to be them.
Even for men, for you, it's important to share that with men, because in our culture, there's a bit less room for that, to share, for men share their emotion and be vulnerable too, because I guess you had to go through that to liberate that.
The word vulnerability is the key. I am really coming into a place where I realize I need to grow up and be a man, leave the boy behind and be the man for myself and for society. We and our communities need men to be these pillars of strength that are authentic, true, reliable, and just not flaky. So men need to hang out with more men. I'm realizing that I need to hang out with my brothers more, It's so easy to go and get nurtured by these ladies and girls, and it feels all nice, and da-da-da. But we need to balance that back to hanging out with more blokes. We call them blokes. You heard of the word?
In the US too, they use that. Okay, there we go. That's the first time I make a link between the US and New Zealand.
There's a couple. We love Bernie, by the way. Go Bernie. Speaking of the US. So leaving the boy thing behind. I mean, I don't know who decided that 21 years old was the age to become an adult, but no way. I mean, I'm not even an adult and I'm 33. I'm just coming into my manhood now, and I'm realizing how important that is for the duration of humanity to be the best we can be and stay here. Women have come so far unsuppressed and have gone shot right past the goalpost of becoming more masculine, and men have sort of wilted a little bit, I feel, and just gotten a little bit unreliable, and less men. And so we need to get that balance back. And I'd love to. Well, I know that I need to do that myself. So I start with me, and if I can help any other males, just by having a conversation, then I will.
That's a sacred masculine. I remember interviewing at the festival too, Hamilton Barnett. We spoke about the sacred masculine because we speak a lot about the sacred feminine these days, but that's all needs to be in balance, right?
All needs to be in balance. And you hit the word vulnerability before. We need to be vulnerable all the time, speak about truthful things that are actually going on for us, and because vulnerability is powerful. And men think that shedding a tear is a weakness, or being a bit flamboyant, letting your true personality out as a weakness or an embarrassment, when it's the most beautiful thing in the world.
What has truly helped you then on this journey, and what do you recommend? Is it group circles? Is it shamanic journeys, or is it a vision quest?
So I started a organization called True North in New Zealand, which is what we do is run free yoga, meditation, kirtan, mantra, pranayama breathing workshops for people that can't afford it. And so we're getting to the real guts of people that really, really need it, and people that can't afford it to come. Everyone comes. It's amazing. And so starting these circles, these authentic circles where you can say what you want to say, be who you are. That's really helped me out. So I might have facilitated this, but I need it just as much as everyone else. And it's weekly, so it's ongoing, and it's online, and
it's online. It's not like
truenorthcompass.com.
Awesome. And how about the songs, like why Gayatri, and what are the themes of your song, and what are you trying to share through your songs? Yeah,
well, we are a real blend of two different types of music in a way. We love the traditional kirtan, Indian, Sanskrit mantra, and we also write with Maori lyrics as well. And we love the more what I call spirit mantra rock, where we can go to festivals and make everyone dance and chant along, sing along to conscious lyrics that are helpful, lyrics that they don't have to be positive, just have to be real, just real,
So good. We're so thirsty for that.
So thirsty, and there isn't many people doing it. Yeah. It's bizarre. The people that are well known for doing it, there's only a handful. So to be with all those brothers at the moment, especially in Bali at the Bali Spirit Fest, with Narco, Elijah, with Samuel J, all these guys, it's a real honor to be playing with everyone, and everyone is just feeding off each other, and it's coming into a huge light at the moment. Yeah,
it feels like the tribe is coming together from all around the world, especially in this kind of festival. We're from. I was very excited to come and meet people like you, from New Zealand, or Australians, or Asian, or Europeans, or Americans. It's like this mix of culture.
Yeah, it's like we're meeting on the equator. We're halfway. And we've got people like Bernie.
You're a bit closer from home. Come on.
Yeah. I wasn't counting the footsteps, but a little bit closer than you.
Gaia.
Yeah, from Gaia. And we've got people like Bernie, who's up running for Congress right now, who's bringing this conscious wave as well, and it's waking everyone up. Whether he wins the presidency or not, it doesn't matter. He's woken up enough people to start this big bonfire. And the music follows, the art follows, the communities will follow, because America has a lot of weight behind what the rest of the world looks at following. You know.
And on the songs, the topics, how do you,
Well,
who's writing? And
Yeah, well, me and Lise, my friend Lisa, are doing most of the writing. The first single that we came out with is called Mother Ganges, and I wrote that song next to the Ganga River in India last year. And I was just taken by how amazing that river is, for one, but how much life is like a river. You know, you just need to be buoyant, let go, and let flow. You know, because we're all going to end up at the bottom. We're all going to end up at the same place. Do you want to end up kicking and screaming all the way down there, or do you want to just smile and be buoyant and just flow with it?
I love the teachings of Abraham and Jerry Hicks, you know, and they say they have wonderful teachings online, and she channels Abraham, and it's like going upstream, you know. Either you can just let go of the, how do you call it, the paddles, or and just let go and just go on the current, you know, let yourself flow.
Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. Even those ouchy moments, you know, everything is the way it's supposed to be. As Nako said last night, we are always on time. We are always on time. It's always perfect. It might feel ouchy or sad or happy or whatever it is, but it's all perfect. And we just need to remember to be buoyant, be water, you know, just be fluid. Hard to do sometimes, but it's important to hang out with people that are understanding and compassionate. You know, when you're having a down day, then your brothers and sisters will pick you up and make you feel unjudged.
What are some of do you have daily practice or things, or when it's dark times, or you're maybe, do you think of drugs again, or partying too much, or women and sex, rock and roll, the whole thing, or just simply the mood? How do you realign?
I try to start my day how I want to end my day. So I do wake up and smash some yoga, some asana, and I chant a couple of chants in the morning, some pranayama, breathing, definitely meditation, maybe twice, meditation maybe 3 times a day.
Do you write? Journaling? Or?
Yeah, I just started writing journals, and they're turning into lyrics as well. But I write a lot of songs. You know, I let songs just flow, and just be kind to myself. And because I'm actually really evil to myself. Like, I'm really judgmental to myself. Nothing's ever perfect. Nothing's ever right. Nothing's ever awesome. Well, it is sometimes, but you know, it's I'm my own worst enemy, no doubt. You know, I probably wouldn't hang out with me if you know, if I was a separate person, because we can be really hard on ourselves. You know, doesn't matter.
It's a big shift in one's life.
It doesn't matter how awesome we've done or how amazing the thing is we've just done. We can so quickly forget that. And so I just try to be really kind to myself and just flick the negativity out, you know, constantly. It's like, see ya, next.
Cancel.
Next.
Yes.
Yeah.
Create intentions.
Yeah, I manifested this interview. You know, I remember watching you and Nako do an interview a couple of years ago, and then another one not so long ago, and I was like, I got to talk to this lady. She's like right down the line of what is happening, you know.
Thank you. And it's like this resonance, you know. I feel you, and I think when we meet other of our like family, you know, I mean, like more than just the blood, you know, just like this tribe, then there is this resonance, and we feel like so in tune with each other. Yeah,
that's where the word family comes from, right? Familiar, and it's just so familiar meeting people that are that think the same way, and because underneath it all, we're all the same. We all want love. We all love hugs. We all, you know, it's just the same. Yes. We are the same. So we are one.
Well, beautiful. Well, I look forward to meeting you again on this beautiful beach in New Zealand and hearing more of that awesome music. Thank you so much for the courage it takes to be on this journey and for sharing it with us.
My absolute pleasure. And everyone come see us in New Zealand, thegaiatree.com. That's where you need to come to, and we'll host you. We'll kirtan together and surf and do all the things, you know. Hey, let's do a hongi. Do you know what a hongi is? It's a Maori. No? It's a Maori greeting. Okay. So we'll do one of those. We touch foreheads. Ah,
it's like in Hawaii too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and so we breathe each other's prana, each other's spirit, and our ancestors meet when we do this. So so close your eyes.
Nice. Kia ora.
Kia ora.
I love it. Oh my God, you guys, I could do it against the camera, but I think it'll look weird. So for now, we send you a lot of love, beautiful love in Bali. Big kisses. See you soon for everybody watching from New Zealand and all around the world. We love you.
We love you.
Mwah.